It's Chris with 102.7 WMOM and Hot Country Hits 99.9. We are out here prior to the team, as you can see right here, getting ready for for the States that's coming up next weekend. Coach Schneider, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. We threw you in at the last minute to be a part of the segment today, but this is pretty important. You've got 4 qualifiers for state. We've got our alternates that are here with us today. We're going to be talking with them. How proud are you as a coach of the Ludington Swim Team?
Good. Very proud. We have a long-standing history, as you can see, of state qualifiers from when the team started in 1976, and so to continue that tradition has been pretty outstanding.
I think it's great. What over the next few minutes we'll talk about, because I'm not very educated on the swimming side of things. So, but from your standpoint, what did it take for these 4 individuals to qualify this year?
Hard work. A lot of morning practices, 3-hour practices after school, dry land, weight room. Just working really, really hard and wanting it.
It's good.
Was part of it.
And hopefully that is the excitement that they have achieved now going on to state, which is the next weekend we're talking about.
Yep.
Where's state at this year?
Holland.
Okay. All right. So not too far of a drive for you. Why don't you introduce our 4 and then we'll chat with them for a little bit. You want to do that for me?
Sure. I'll stand up here.
Yeah.
So we've got Trey Keson here.
Wave at the camera if you don't mind, Trey. They're right there. Okay, there's Trey.
Rowen Varra.
Okay.
Dylan Sniegowski. Gavin Smith, Jaden Vronko. They're all either individual and on relays.
Okay.
And Grady Saylor and Ian Lundberg is going to be swimming one of our relays as well.
All right, this is good. Put you on the spot. Sometimes you got to do that. But we appreciate you and the team being here. I'm going to have you pass the mic over to Trey for a moment. And now you're off the hot seat. How do you feel about that? Look at that. See, pretty excited about it. Trey, thanks for hanging out with us today along with the team. Let's go through what you swim. And are you part of the relay or individual?
Yeah, so I'll be swimming the 50 free, the 100 free, and then the 2 relays that kind of correspond with it, the 200 free relay and the 400 free relay. Okay,
so when we look at a pool like we have here at Ludington, those distances, how many down and backs are we
50 is just down and back, and then 100's 2 down and backs.
Okay,
yeah.
There you go. Does it get exhausting? Well, does it get exhausting on the first?
It's tired, but you just have to persevere through it and just push yourself.
Yeah, it takes a lot. What grade are you in here?
I'm a senior.
Okay, so qualified for states at all in the past?
I did not last year. Last year was my first year swimming, actually, so I just kind of went as an alternate for the experience, and it kind of pushed me to want to try to make it this year.
So he was in your spot down there last year. You were an alternate. And now you're swimming at states.
Yep.
That's got to be a pretty big deal for you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It didn't really sink in right at the moment, 2 weekends ago when we went, but now that the moment's coming, then it's kind of starting to feel it.
That's pretty cool. A couple more questions for you. We'll talk with all of your teammates here today, but you just started swimming last year. What motivated you to get into the swim program?
I just kind of want to try something different, and I knew it was going to help me out for my spring sports because I like to run track, so it would get me in shape, and I liked it.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
That's very cool. All right, looking forward to it. All right, pass it on if you don't mind. Rowen, is your story different than Trey's?
A little bit different for sure, yeah. I've been swimming quite a while.
What's quite a while? Like toddler sort of thing?
Yeah,
okay.
Okay. High school, I've only been swimming 3 years, technically, because I didn't do my freshman year due to an injury, sadly.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Okay. And distance-wise, are same as Trey or no?
I am a little bit further with the distance, so I am swimming the 100 freestyle and the 200 freestyle as individuals.
Okay.
And maybe the 100 breaststroke, I haven't quite decided yet.
Okay.
But the 200 is, I think here, 4 down and backs.
Yeah. Now, when you get to state, are you dealing with the same size pool? In that particular case?
Yeah, it will be the same size pool.
All right. So, and again, some questions I have no idea. I mean, this is probably we got these answers, but
yeah.
All right. So you're doing 4 laps or four of the pool. What's going through your mind when you're in that first, second, third, or fourth?
Really, the first and second, I'm trying to kind of push myself, but also trying to save energy for those last 2.
Okay.
Because the last 2, I just kind of want to go all out, give it everything I can.
Yeah.
And like I want to the whole race, but those last two is really where I'm pushing myself.
All right. I know for all of you guys, I don't know if you've panned get your responses, is that do you get to the end of your swim and like your arms don't work anymore? Is it that much exertion or no?
Oh yeah, it definitely can be, for sure.
Absolutely, like rubbery. There you go.
Yeah.
How much does, you're talking about individuals, but how much does teamwork, I guess the question I want to ask is, you have the relay we'll talk about here, but how much does team members contribute to your performance?
Oh, they can contribute so much. Like during practices, they push you to work harder, and then that really just shows through in the meets.
So
They cheer you on the sidelines. They just encourage you so much.
In those good moments and bad moments?
They're definitely both, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Anybody ever have a real bad moment? Can I ask that? Anybody have like struggle? So it is probably consistent. You don't have any bad moments, do you?
Maybe a few.
Okay, all right, it happens. As a swimmer, we talk about, in basketball, we'll head to the bench, hang out, take a break there. Football, sidelines, and so on and so forth. Are you able to physically or mentally kind of say, hey, I need a break for a few moments?
Kind of. I mean, when you're in between events, you can kind of do that. Mm-hmm. You get a little bit of a break to reset and rest.
Yeah. But it's a lot mental, I would assume, in the sport, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. I know he's shaking his head. Yes, Dylan. We'll pass the mic on to you.
All right.
Dylan, what keeps you going? I guess that's my first question. Is what keeps you going to do that next lap?
My goal is I want to go to college for swim.
Okay.
So if I keep on going, that extra lap might get me to my goal eventually.
Yeah. Dylan Sniegowski, junior, senior?
Sophomore.
Sophomore. Okay. All right. So a few years till you're a senior. Is that what you want to do right now? Your goal is to swim at the collegiate level.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
That's my goal.
Anybody else want to swim at college? A few others? Okay. All right. This is good. One more question to you. Have you talked to colleges about swimming? Let's bring your mic back over.
Yeah, so it's a little bit late right now because I just recently decided that this was something I wanted to do, but I am talking to some colleges, Davenport, Grand Valley, just a couple colleges.
Okay. All right. That's pretty cool. All right, now back to you. Sorry. I wanted to get your response on that.
Yeah.
Dylan, let's talk about what you're sophomore this year.
Yeah.
You got some seniors around you. You got some juniors. Such, from a sophomore standpoint, how do they help you continue to go?
They can show me where I can eventually strive to be, like how much hard work can get you everywhere. Because Trey, for only swimming for 2 years, he's going to state this year. That's
cool.
Really, really impressive.
Absolutely. And so you don't necessarily have to. I mean, you're encouraged probably to start at a younger age and start up there. But in his standpoint, it was everybody kind of teaming up together to make sure that he got through there.
Yeah.
What about struggles? Like, what's that feedback when you're out there and you just swam your is it meet? Is that the right word, or what's the term? Meet. Okay.
Yeah, meet.
Swam your meet. You get out of the pool. Do you want that feedback from your teammates? And if so, what do you want to hear from them?
If I did a really good job, it is nice to have people congratulate me.
Okay.
But if I didn't do maybe my technique was off, it is nice to hear what was off. Maybe my turnover speed wasn't as fast as it could have been.
Okay. No, that makes sense. All right. I have a question for all of you. Anybody can answer. How do you get faster swimming? What's the key to it? Anybody?
Technique work and swim more. Yeah,
swim more. Okay, more practice. There you go. All right, that's a good thing. Let's talk with Gavin. Gavin and Gavin Smith, right?
Yep.
Okay. Senior?
I'm a junior this
Junior?
year.
Okay, all right. I'm guessing around, so I apologize. Yeah. What's your story when it comes to swimming? Is it similar to these guys?
So I've swam. I started just before middle school on one of the rec swim teams.
Okay.
And then I just kept swimming through those, eventually swam through middle school, and now I'm here junior year of high school.
Okay. Play other sports?
I do track in the spring.
Okay.
So
What's the big difference between, obviously, you're in the water versus track, but what is that true difference, do you think?
I mean, true difference is when I'm in the pool, I feel like I use more upper body type when I'm swimming.
Yeah.
working on the catch, and when I'm run track, I'm obviously using my legs more.
Yeah, yeah.
I do the hurdles, so I gotta get up and over them.
You've been swimming how many years now for the school?
For the high school, this is my 3rd season.
Okay, so, and I'm going to ask the three of you as well this question, but there's got to be a moment where it was your best moment the last few years. Was it this year? Was it qualifying for states? Was it in the pool looking at maybe your competitor right next to you and then beating them out? Or what was that moment?
So my best moment had to have been last weekend qualifying for state.
Okay.
I mean, it's obviously a neat experience. Just being able to be with your team, we were all celebrating, jumping in the water together.
Let's go.
All giving each other high fives and whatnot. Trey qualified for the 50 in our relay, so
That's awesome.
That was
That's pretty cool.
That's exciting for him, and then we as a team are going to state for that relay too. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that's got to be one of the most
pretty
fun parts.
All right. And then we have our 5th qualifier, right? Yeah. Okay. Jaden, similar questions for you.
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
I'm a freshman.
Okay, so the youngest of all of them, all right? You've got your alternates as well. Is it intimidating wanting to go to states? Is it? I mean, you haven't been there before, but I'm sure you've heard stories.
It's honestly, it sounds fun. I mean, last year when I was in middle school, I went to state and I got runner-up for one of my events, but I've never been to his high school state meet, and it's apparently it's a lot different than middle school state meets.
Who's been to states before? Here, okay. All right. You went alternates. What is? Let's pass the mic just for a second. We're going to bring back to you. What is that difference between maybe his middle school states and the high school states? What do you think?
I would say it's a lot more intense.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more energy with states with high school. I mean, like last year, as just being an alternate, we got to like miss a day of school. We got to all travel down there as a team. Just a lot. There's a lot more energy involved in.
That's pretty cool. All right. Back to you on the hot seat. As a freshman, do you have the same expectations, or you feel like there's the same expectations as your fellow teammates?
I don't really know, to be honest. I feel like I just try my hardest. I try as best as I can for my relay team, which I'm qualified for.
Yeah.
So
Who's the and bear with me, is there terms? Who's like the leg of it or the start or the finish? How do you match up?
For the relay that I'm qualified in, each person swims a different event.
Okay.
And I'm actually the starter for it.
There you go.
Because I have to do this special start. So
Okay. All right. Very cool.
yeah.
And then you have your alternates.
Yeah.
Let's pass the mic down to the alternates. We're going to put you on the spot. Okay. Pressure. If one of these guys are not able to make it, it's you or you.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It's pretty nice to be able to like be in that position. Like you didn't make it to state, obviously.
Yeah.
But like still to be able to go and like cheer on your teammates and all that stuff.
Absolutely. And first name again?
Grady.
Grady? And?
Ian.
Ian, okay. Ian, are you ready to step in for one of these guys?
Yeah, I think as alternate, it seems you don't have as much pressure on you, but you still inherit a lot of the pressure because you're still having to go there. You're still having to work at practices. You're still having to participate in everything, and the chances of you going into the actual event is probably actually pretty high because there's lots of events that people need to swim in.
All right, so no injuries, nothing like that. Okay, so the answer, I'm going to tell you the answer before I even ask it. Okay, the answer is no. The answer is yes. Are you happy that these two guys are your alternates for it? Yes? No? Yes? Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure. All right, let's pass that mic all the way down. You guys are off the hot seat for a second. I want to ask before we get too far. No, actually, not all the way down. Let's go back. Gavin, favorite moment? Like what's that moment from swimming that we want to tell everybody? This is why you do it. What happened to you over the last, how many years have you been swimming again?
This is my 3rd year.
Okay, so 3 years.
So, I mean, every conference meet, every meet, it's just a great time being with your teammates. Most of the time we get to travel to different schools, different aquatic centers. We just get to be as a team. That's the best part, really. But obviously, like, what we are. We're the state qualifiers. So
Yeah. That's pretty huge.
That's big. It's exciting. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Because I think our perspective from somebody that's not a swimmer, we're just looking at it on TV or the Olympics and stuff, we just see that single swimmer from that team. But it is truly teamwork that makes it happen.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a lot of teamwork in it. Like we get here in the month of July. We were here an hour and a half before school.
Yeah.
Swimming in the water by 6 o'clock.
Okay.
After school, we were in the water for 3 more hours at practice.
Wow.
So
So the term raisin happens pretty much every day. Your fingers and all that stuff. Is
Yeah.
that fair?
yeah.
Okay.
So we definitely spend a lot of time, and with our teammates, that they help us get through it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, what about you? What do we got? Dylan, right? Dylan?
Yeah.
It's got to be a moment. I mean, this is you guys live and breathe this sport, and I think that's pretty awesome. And so there's got to be something that stands out. What's that moment?
Probably like 2 weeks ago at the conference meet when I qualified for the state meet in the 100-meter butterfly. I've been working to that goal for 2 years now.
Awesome.
Which it's just really nice to do.
What's that feeling when you actually see that? Hey, I qualified. What does that mean?
I just felt really excited to know that I'm going to state and I made it.
Yeah, it's
I
very
achieved
cool.
my goal.
All right. So, from a spectator standpoint, we can look at you guys as achieving most of your goals at this point. I mean, state is, yes, that's an achievement, but there's all these mini achievements that you've had successes over this, especially this season, right? Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. All right, what about you? What do we got, Rowen?
So my experience is kind of the same as Dylan's. Just like that first time that I qualified for state in my individual event, there was just so much excitement, and I was just I felt, how do I say this, ready, I guess. After all the work, I was ready to qualify.
That's cool. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Family, friends, they support you. What was that reaction like?
They definitely support me so much.
Yeah.
They really encourage me to keep working, to push myself every day.
That's cool.
And all that.
All right. Okay, newbie. We'll wrap things up. Trey, there's got to be the aha moment for you.
Yeah, so going into the season, I didn't really know how I was going to do or like how serious I really wanted to take it, but after I started seeing like progress, just like my time's dropping significantly over the season, that state cut times that I was like kind of reaching for felt like really far away, but as the season kept going, they just felt closer and closer, and then last weekend at the conference meet when I finally got it, it felt awesome.
Anybody at their home or have a board where they're, hey, this is my time this week, this is my time next week. Is there any like way that you track your times other than on a sheet of paper or computer or anything like that? Is there some sort of goal that you have at your house? Do you have something at your place or something? Yeah, go ahead and we'll pass.
Yeah. My end goal is I want to have the school record in the 100-meter butterfly.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Oh wait, he's looking at the wall. Yeah, it's there, right there.
It's held by Jay Hansen.
Okay.
And that was set in 1980.
88?
Yeah, 1988. And
all right.
if I want to break that, I have to drop about 4 seconds. So
Okay.
that's my goal by the end of my senior year.
All right, and you're junior now?
Sophomore.
Okay, so you just have to drop 4. Well, okay, let me just say that. I use the word just, but 4 seconds is probably an eternity in swimming, right?
Yeah.
That's insane. So how are you going to do it? What do you think how do you do this?
I'm probably going to work on my stroke more, like my technique.
Okay.
Get better like distance overall
Yeah.
for every single stroke to make it more efficient.
Okay.
And then also probably get up and go faster off the start.
Okay. All right.
Because that's kind of my problem is that I don't. It takes me a while to kind of get up to speed. I need to work on that.
All right. How much, I know we got to wrap up because you guys got to get home, all that good stuff. Or are you swimming today? Are you done swimming?
We're swimming.
Oh, you're swimming today?
Yeah,
okay.
swimming.
All right. Sorry for holding them up. In states, how much research, how much strategy, how much looking at your competitors do you have to do? Is that even part of your mental side of things when it comes to swimming?
Yeah, I tend to look at my competition like on Swim Cloud, which is the main thing that we use.
Okay.
it has, for like the Division III state meet, which is one we're going to, it has all the event qualifiers in it, and you can see where you get ranked in it.
Okay. All right. So you know who your direct competitors are in regards to that. All right. How many of you think that we're going to come back with a trophy? You guys feel confident? Who's confident here? You got to put your hands up. No? Okay.
Maybe.
You're not sure?
Yeah, maybe.
All right. There's a humble attitude here, Coach. Coach, come on over for one more time. We'll bring you in. He thought he was off the hook. No, you're not. I know, for that moment. Coach Snyder, you've heard their responses. You've heard some of the questions today. What do we say to the community about supporting this team, and how can we support them for states?
I think the only live stream is going to be on MHSAA.
Okay, yep.
So there's that. We also have Boys Swim and Dive Facebook page. I'll post a lot of stuff on there.
Okay, yeah.
Those are probably going to be the two easiest for states. But
All right.
other than that, home swim meets and stuff like that.
All right. Do you think, I'll ask you the question, do you think we have a pretty good chance?
There's always a chance.
Okay.
You can't say no.
Yeah.
So
And I know this is in front of them, but what is kind of your message when you get to states next week for them? What happens prior to the locker room?
just go out there and have fun and do your best.
Okay.
Don't worry about what other people are doing. Just go do your race and get it done.
All right. You guys ready to do that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, this is good. Anything that we missed for people to know at all? You guys feel pretty confident that they've gotten to know you a little bit, and we'll be rooting you on and supporting you and all that good stuff, and hopefully maybe back on the air with us maybe Monday morning or that week to congratulate you as well. So it'll be good.
Yeah.
Coach, we appreciate you taking some time. Guys, we appreciate your time. Alternates, be ready. You never know. You got to be in that mode. And thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Okay.